Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to whip up a batch of Nankhatais. Nankhatais are essentially Indian shortbread cookies or biscuits, and while they're an absolute treat right through the year, a lot of families pop them on their Christmas platter as well, and I think rightly so, because these delectable little treats are really hard to resist. I've already shared a recipe for Nankhatais in the past. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll leave a link in the description box below. Today's recipe is a slightly different one. We make both of these off and on, and this one's been on the website for years and years, along with so many other recipes, including some Christmas ones that I haven't had an opportunity to turn into a video yet. If you're looking for inspiration for Christmas or pretty much any time of the year, pop on over to the website, that's theaspiringhomecook.com, and you'll find a bunch of different recipes there. So let's head on over to the kitchen. But before we do that, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and click that subscribe button as well as that little bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. So now let's head on over to the kitchen and get started with these Nankhatais. Today's recipe is a really simple recipe. We're only going to need a few ingredients. So I've got 300 grams of all-purpose flour here, 200 grams of superfine sugar. Now you're going to need 200 grams of shortening. I've used a dairy-free alternative. You can also use clarified butter or ghee instead. You're going to need a little bit of vanilla essence and some baking powder. And that's pretty much it. Today I'm using my KitchenAid stand mixer, but you can very easily just use a hand mixer or put this dough together in a bowl itself. I'm starting out with my shortening, and we're going to beat this up and just cream it first. To this I'm going to add the sugar. We're going to mix this till it's nice and creamy. Halfway through the process, it's always a good idea to scrape down the bowl just to make sure everything's incorporated well. To this, I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of vanilla. And now we're going to add the flour. And a quarter teaspoon of baking powder. And we're going to try and mix this very gently. I'm just going to mix things around first so that the flour doesn't fly everywhere. And guys, that is pretty much it. And now you're pretty much going to give it a light knead. And now, before you start shaping your little cookies, make sure you've got your oven on set at 150 degrees Celsius and you're preheating it. You can shape these biscuits any way you like. Personally, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to shape them into little spheres like this and place this on a lined baking tray. I'm making them on the slightly smaller side because around Christmas time there's so much that you want to try and so much you want to sample. These make the perfect size. And to make sure that you get a nice smooth finish, make sure that you're rolling the dough properly and there are no cracks on the surface. Now this bit is optional. What I have here is a few bits to decorate the Nankhatai with. These little silver pearls, not sure if you can see them, you'll probably see them better when they go on the biscuits, but these little pearls you can get at the sugared pearls, you can get them at any cake decoration shop. Most supermarkets also will have them. I've also got some candied fruit over here. You can also decorate these biscuits with royal icing. I have shared a recipe for royal icing on the channel before. If you haven't seen that yet, I'll leave a link to that recipe for you as well. You can pretty much go crazy with the decoration or simply leave it just as it is. I'll do a few of each and we'll have a look at what they turn out once they're baked. So I've just done a few of these with a few sprinkles, some colored sugar crystals as well. All of this easily available at your supermarkets or even any local cake decorating store. So I'm going to pop these in an oven that's preheated to 150 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. Keep an eye on these because you don't want them to change color. These trays have just come out of the oven and like you can see, not much change of color. That's exactly what we're looking for. And if you ask me, now comes one of the most difficult bits of baking. Actually waiting for them to cool down so that you can have a little taste. You guys, the Nankhatais have cooled down and this is what they look like. These are the ones that were plain and not decorated. I thought I'd give you a glimpse of how the ones that we sprinkled some of those sugar decorations on turned out. So that's the one with the silver sugared pearl. You've got the one with the little candied fruit, and these are the ones with the colored sugar crystals. They all look quite nice and it is such a quick way to add a little colorful touch to these cookies. Now, I like them just the way they are without any royal icing or any such thing, and I can't wait to dig in. I thought I'd wait till tea time, but this is too good to resist. So here goes. This has got such a tender crumb and is really nice. Personally, out of the two Nankhatai recipes that I've shared with you so far, the other one is my absolute favorite, though this comes in a very close second. It's just a matter of preferences. With today's recipe, you get a lighter color as well as not as many cracks on the surface. So they look a lot nicer to share on a platter. And you really can't go wrong with the texture of these cookies. They are so delicate and you really can't stop eating them. So this recipe got me about 42 of the little cookies in the size that I've opted for. And I get a lot of questions asking me about the shelf life of recipes, especially things around Christmas. So these biscuits, if it's stored in an airtight container in a cool, dry place, will easily last for about a week or so. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. If you did, don't forget to give this video a like, and if you haven't done so, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you really soon with another delicious recipe. So till then, take care. Bye.